It is a clear gain to sacrifice pleasure in order to avoid pain. To live alone is the fate of all great souls. It is difficult to find happiness within oneself, but it is impossible to find it anywhere else. All truth passes through three stages. First, it is ridiculed. Second, it is violently opposed. Third, it is accepted as being self-evident. A man can be himself only so long as he is alone. And if he does not love solitude, he will not love freedom, for it is only when he is alone that he is really free. The doctor sees all the weakness of mankind, the lawyer all the wickedness, the theologian all the stupidity. Each day is a little life. Every waking and rising a little birth. Every fresh morning a little youth. Every going to rest and sleep a little death. The greatest of follies is to sacrifice health for any other kind of happiness. Money is human happiness in the abstract. He, then, who is no longer capable of enjoying human happiness in the concrete, devotes himself utterly to money. The more unintelligent a man is, the less mysterious existence seems to him. A pessimist is an optimist in full possession of the facts. Life swings like a pendulum, backward and forward, between pain and boredom. Talent hits a target no one else can hit. Genius hits a target no one else can see. A high degree of intellect tends to make a man unsocial. You are free to do what you want, but you are not free to want what you want. Compassion is the basis of morality. Nature shows that with the growth of intelligence comes increased capacity for pain. And it is only with the highest degree of intelligence that suffering reaches its supreme point. Change alone is eternal, perpetual, immortal. Just remember, once you're over the hill, you begin to pick up speed. We seldom think of what we have, but always of what we lack. Therefore, rather than grateful, we are bitter. Man is never happy, but spends his whole life in striving after something which he thinks will make him so. We can regard our life as a uselessly disturbing episode in the blissful repose of nothingness. We forfeit 3/4 of ourselves in order to be like other people. Politeness is to human nature what warmth is to wax. Boredom is just the reverse side of fascination. Both depend on being outside, rather than inside a situation, and one leads to the other. Reading is equivalent to thinking with someone else's head, instead of with one's own. Will minus intellect constitutes vulgarity. The person who writes for fools is always sure of a large audience. What people commonly call fate is mostly their own stupidity. To forgive and forget means to throw away dearly bought experience. To overcome difficulties is to experience the full delight of existence. Marrying means to grasp blindfolded into a sack, hoping to find out an eel out of an assembly of snakes. If we suspect that a man is lying, we should pretend to believe him, for then, he becomes bold and assured, lies more vigorously, and is unmasked. If anyone spends almost the whole day in reading, he gradually loses the capacity for thinking. This is the case with many learned persons. They have read themselves stupid. In our monogamous part of the world, to marry means to have one's rights and double one's duties. Satisfaction consists in freedom from pain, which is the positive element of life. Do not shorten the morning by getting up late, or waste it in unworthy occupations or in talk. Look upon it as the quintessence of life, as to a certain extent sacred. Evening is like old age. We are languid, talkative, silly. Each day is a little life, every waking and rising a little birth, every fresh morning a little youth, every going to rest and sleep a little death. He who does not enjoy solitude will not love freedom. The assumption that animals are without rights, and the illusion that our treatment of them has no moral significance, is a positively outrageous example of Western crudity and barbarity. Universal compassion is the only guarantee of morality. The safest way of not being very miserable is not to expect to be very happy. Genius and madness have something in common. Both live in a world that is different from that which exists for everyone else. Hatred is an affair of the heart, contempt that of the head. A man must have grown old and lived long in order to see how short life is. Women remain children all their lives, for they always see only what is near at hand, cling to the present, take the appearance of a thing for reality, and prefer trifling matters to the most important. To use many words to communicate few thoughts is everywhere the unmistakable sign of mediocrity. To gather much thought into few words stamps the man of genius. Happiness belongs to those who are sufficient unto themselves. For all external sources of happiness and pleasure are, by their very nature, highly uncertain, precarious, ephemeral, and subject to chance. Great men are like eagles, and build their nest on some lofty solitude. There is no doubt that life is given us, not to be enjoyed, but to be overcome, to be got over. National character is only another name for the particular form which the littleness, perversity, and baseness of mankind take in every country. Every nation mocks at other nations, and all are right. Honor means that a man is not exceptional, fame, that he is. Fame is something which must be won, honor, only something which must not be lost. Every man takes the limits of his own field of vision for the limits of the world. Sexual passion is the cause of war and the end of peace, the basis of what is serious, and consequently the concentration of all desire. Thank you for watching this captivating exploration of the profound wisdom found within Arthur Schopenhauer's quotes.